DeRozan is on my basketball team. I could not be more excited. Leave a like and subscribe. We're gonna talk about why I love this. Um, I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I'm just gonna ramble about everything I love about this. So let's just start. First of all, thank you for your service, Harrison Barnes. I did like you as a Kings player. Last year you were frustrating, but you were one of the first big acquisitions I've ever seen as a Kings fan. So you'll always have a special place in my heart. But with that being said, DeMar DeRozan is such a clear upgrade over Harrison Barnes, and that's really all that there is to it. People online are saying the spacing or he hogs the ball too much. Um, and saying the defense is gonna suck. You guys did not watch the Kings because teams would target Harrison Barnes so much on defense. It's not even funny. Again, especially against the Pelicans, he was practically a cone out there. Zion was licking his chops, just seeing free food whenever Barnes was on him. It was bad. I'm not gonna pretend like I watched a bunch of what do you call it, Bulls games. But if DeMar is that bad, at least he can have some scoring output because Barnes would have too many 0 point games or 5 point games, and we just needed more from him. And DeRozan is older, so that's another thing. But what is it? Fox, Monk, DeMar, Murray, and Sabonis. That's probably the starting five. If not, you just swap Monk with Ellis probably. I'm assuming Monk is starting because that is something that he really wanted, and I assume that the Kings would give that to him. So that starting five is really, really good. Um, there's really no like clear odd man out on that starting five, and that's what all the contenders really have. Like the Nuggets, they have what do you call it, Jamal Murray. Actually, I don't know who their starting shooting guard is. I guess it'd be Christian Brown, um, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, and I'm forgetting someone. Oh, and PJ. That's their starting five. Mavs, they have a great starting five. Luka, Kyrie, Lively. I'm forgetting more people. Oh yeah, I think Washington and not Derrick Jones Jr. anymore. They replaced him. But and of course OKC has their great starting five, and that's really what the Kings needed. There was it was dreadful to watch last year because especially when Monk went down, we were like the sixth seed still, I believe, or there was a huge chance we could get the sixth seed. And when he went down, it was just Fox trying to save us for most of the time. No one else could score. Um, and yeah, I feel like this does put us ahead of the Suns, who I don't think they're that great. It puts us ahead of the Lakers talent wise, like all around talent, unless the Lakers can pull something off. And barring the Warriors trade for Lauri Markkanen, I would say this puts us above the Warriors. The Pelicans made a deal for DeJounte Murray, so we'll see how that goes. That's the only reason I didn't list them. But all of those teams are basically playing teams around the same level the Kings were at last year. And another thing to look at is the most fourth quarter points last season was DeMar and Fox. They were up there. I believe they were top three. Um, KD was like the next one, and Monk was top 20 in like efficiency in the fourth quarter. So yeah, um, it was Fox trying to play hero ball whenever the Kings threes couldn't land, and that's another thing. DeRozan isn't going to shoot threes, and that's a good thing for this team because so many times does this Kings team last year, they would have so many runs of letting like 15 points just magically come back from the other team because we would keep hooking up threes. DeRozan knows he can't shoot threes, so he's gonna get to his spots. Fox used to Last year he fell into this tendency where he's trying to hook up threes. It's good. I like that he could shoot threes now, but it's good to have DeRozan here to basically calm everyone down. Also, he's a veteran. He's been to the playoffs before. Now, his playoff history, that's another story. But it shouldn't be as bad because he's not the number one option. He is the number two option on offense, like scoring wise. And if he can't be that, Monk is capable of being a second option scoring wise. We saw it the first year the Kings were good. And like I was saying, Fox just desperately needed another scoring option because Fox was trying so hard to win that playing game, but every time he would pass the ball, no one could make a shot. So it's just good to have someone, and you're gonna have at least one, if not two, of Fox, Monk, and DeRozan on the court at all times. DeRozan also plays a lot of games. I should have prepared this better, but I think he played like 70 games or something last year. He's gonna be 35 next year, and oh yeah, I'll get into how good the deal is. He played 79 games last year, 48% on tough shots. He only made like a 3 a game, but he took 33s a game, so I don't really care about the threes. We did keep Herter, so maybe if we do want to keep him, then maybe he could just start hitting his threes again. That would be great. That would give us something to work with. And he also does attack the paint a lot, as you can see by his free throw attempts. Fox was the only one really actually getting to the line last year, him and Sabonis, and surprisingly Harrison Barnes. Everyone else didn't really get that many free throws, so that's another thing. I didn't even look at what his free throw percentage was. As long as it's all right, yeah, 85%. That's good because Fox, for some reason, he sucks at free throws. The Duarte experiment failed, so it's good to get him out of there. He would frustrate me. Basically, bricks every shot I see him take. Harrison Barnes' contract was looking really bad too, so it's great that San Antonio is willing to take that because they're a tanking team. And these are second round picks and pick swaps. Yeah, so it's like so far in the future that it doesn't really matter. And they're second round picks, so you didn't even have to give up a first round pick, so that's really good. We actually had to give up more when we salary dumped Rashawn Holmes, so this is just great for us. Another thing I wanted to say, this lessens the load offensively for Fox and Sabonis. Sabonis can focus more on his strengths, like playmaking, offensive rebounding, and stuff, because we would get killed on rebounds. So he doesn't have to focus on scoring, which I think is not one of his strengths. He would have to do it out of necessity last year and the year before. And Fox, like, he could actually take a step back now. He doesn't need to take 30 shots a game. And he is a good defender. I see people saying these people are not good defenders. Also, Sabonis is a fine defender. It's just that he's a center, so he could stick with a guy. I have seen it before. He clamped up AD a game. I remember vividly. It's just, was it Jonas Valanciunas that would cook him? That's the only guy I really remember. Oh, and Kevon Looney. So yeah, maybe even DeRozan could play more defense. If not, you could just go a defensive lineup. You could swap Monk for what do you call it, Ellis, and Keegan is a great defender. So yeah, I still want the Kings to make a few more moves. Get a backup wing, ideally, which I think they could do. I think they could just straight up sign one if they want, like Haywood Highsmith. I think they should really go after him. And just another backup center. Len is cool, but I would like something better than Len. So, yeah, that's the offensive load I want to talk about. The closing lineup, I did talk about it. Just roll the ball up, basically. The only team that I could think has more clutch players Uh, might I think we're up there with the Mavericks on just roll the ball up in the clutch. This is all before I've seen a game, obviously, so this could be wrong. DeRozan could fall off a cliff for all I know, but whatever. Talked about he's just flat out better than Barnes, and his contract is very, very team friendly. It's only 3 years long, partially guaranteed. The was it? It's partially guaranteed the last year, so I don't know what the deal is with that. Yeah, it's only 74, $76 million. I saw another report that says 76 million. So it's not even that bad of a, it's actually a very good contract for a player of his caliber. It's not as team capping as like the Suns contract situation is with Bradley Beal. So I do believe DeRozan was like the best player we could get with the least amount of risk. Also, I can't believe we kept Kevin Herter. That's insane to me. That's wild. Um, but Brandon Ingram, you'd have to give a lot of assets. Same thing with Lauri Markkanen. So, yeah, I really like DeRozan here. And he'll be older by the time his contract's ending. And that's presumably going to be when Keegan and De'Aaron Fox's contracts, their big extensions, are going to start kicking in. So, this is really good. Because if we did get Ingram, we would have had to pay a lot for him, and then we'd also have to give him an extension, or he'd just have the option to leave. So that would have been tragic. Another thing is I always liked him as a player. When I first started watching, when he was in Toronto, I thought he was so cool. He got traded. I felt bad for him. I was rooting for him in Chicago that first year where they were really good. He hit like 2 game winners back to back or something. But oh my god, I'm so excited. One last thing to wrap this video up. Okay, this isn't as long as I thought it would be, but people online are saying that this is a bad deal. Like, there's only one ball, which like that's the dumbest argument ever. I thought that already went away with Luka and Kyrie, and it should have went away with the Nets' big three, because when you would watch that team on the court, that big three was working. So, I also think DeRozan's like Fox is a good passer. Also, DeRozan has pretty high IQ from what I've seen from him. And Sabonis, of course, could be the distributor. Malik Monk is also a playmaker, so there's that. So, really just get 3-and-D players now, I guess, and a backup center. That's all I really need. They could go after Cam Johnson, I believe, and DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith. Please don't go after Kyle Kuzma, please. I think that would really cap this team's ability to be good. He's not even that great of it. This is for all the Kings fans that want Kyle Kuzma, because I was looking at it last night. Oh my god, everyone was gassing him so bad. Let's see. Last time he was on a competitive team was the Lakers. 44%, 36 from 3. So, what did he do last year? Put up 19 shots a game, 46%. Not bad efficiency. But, he's not a good defender. I see Kings fans call him a good defender. He's not a good defender. Kings fans want him because he would cook us last year. So they see, I feel like a majority of Kings fans only watch the Kings, so they think that this guy is really good. Also, what is this dude's contract? I don't know, but I remember it being huge, and I'm like, oh, thank God we didn't try to pay that. Oh yeah, he can't shoot for shit either. He's like 33, 34%. Basically the same percent as DeRozan. So, what the hell are we doing? Why would you want him? Like, he's not even, I don't even know why you would want him. I really hope we don't get him. Please, God, don't let me, don't let him come on my team. I swear to God, that would ruin this good mood I had talking about DeMar DeRozan coming on my team. Um, oh yeah, Bronny debuted. I don't know. People are hating on him just because he's LeBron's kid. That sucks. It really does. Oh yeah, then we whooped China. Woohoo! But De'Aaron also did play a role in recruiting him, so thank you, De'Aaron. He's really changing the culture here. Um, Pretty much, the only big free agent acquisitions the Kings have ever gotten were Vlade Divac, which is before I was even born, and Malik Monk. You have no idea how ecstatic I was when Malik Monk joined my basketball team, because that was the best player I've ever seen join my basketball team. And now we got DeMar DeRozan, a 6-time All-Star. He's choosing to come here. Sure, like, it was the easiest deal to work out because the Spurs were willing to play ball, but he is choosing to come here. He flew over here today to show up and watch the games and even get a car or something. I don't remember. But, my initial reaction when I heard that we were after him was that, oh, I wouldn't really want him because I'm thinking of, like, the bare bones basic of what DeMar DeRozan is. And then last night, I was up just thinking. Then the more I thought, the more I started fantasizing about him on my team and how this is actually really good. And I'd rather have him than Ingram because, okay, if we do trade for Ingram, I hope Kings fans know he's probably gonna leave because I would much rather we pay Keegan Murray and De'Aaron Fox. So yeah, just keep that in mind. That's all I really have to say. Hopefully nothing big happens because I'm going on a trip. So, yeah. Thank you, Damar, for choosing to come here. And I really hope this works out. So, keep cooking, Monty. Leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.